There we go. Hello YouTube, this is Alpha Top Fan 5 here, and today I'm going to go through how to sort of add your own textures, export a Black Ops 2 gun, and yeah, add all the anims and start from scratch. This will be roughly about an hour long tutorial due to the fact that I've got to do all the anims myself from the start, from the MC, what's it called again? MSMC? Yeah, I think it's MSMC. Whatever the fucking gun's called. And basically, here on hold, let's get started. So the first thing you get when you open a gun, most Black Ops 2 guns do not come with a mag, which is quite annoying, and 9 times out of 10 try to get lazy and just don't do the other side of the gun because you don't see it. So you have to hold it to one side and keep it on one side so it doesn't make the gun look like crap. So if you go to import and go to model export and just like actually add the gun to model export, will come in extremely useful. And I don't know where I put the MC something 6 now, for fuck's sake. What have I done with it? Oh, there we are. See? Sometimes it's just easy to drag that whole folder, or this whole folder here, to window. Let's just go to Peacekeeper. Oh, and gotta find model export, and then new folder, like that. Okay, there's already a folder in it called MSMC. Okay. MSMC open. Yeah, there's not one in there called that though, is there? Right, okay then. Right, so once you've got all the images that you need and all the stuff that you need, yada 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 yada, you want to do the import the wait a minute. Import the mag. But before you import the mag, you might want to import the bind file. So it should be this one here. And make sure you've got the view model and not the mag, because that's quite a big common problem. Right. So you've got that, and you know if it's binded or not. If you push 4 on your keyboard, 5 shaded and 6 textured, but there's nothing for this textures yet. I'll explain why in a minute. So if you do that and you hit the any joint, let's try this again. Wait a minute. Yeah, if you hit any joint, it should make it go pink. So if you go to perspective and outliner, which is these two here, and you can expand and de-expand these, which trust me, will come in extremely useful. Now you will need to go into the import of the mag, which will be mag view, obviously, because we're doing the view model, and take it from Cortex Anim to Mayo Best Binary, and you have the attached mag view. Now, 9 times out of 10, nine times out of 10, it doesn't come with a bind file. So when you move it, it won't move the joint. It won't move the gun. So the best way to deal with this is to go to Animation tab up here and hit the tag clip, hold Control on the keyboard and select the 2 meshes. Sometimes you've got 4, sometimes you've got 5, etc. so forth. And then you go to skin, bind skin, smooth bind, which will do your tag clip. Now it's binded. So then you would it would be sort of placing the clip. I don't really use the MC96, so I don't actually know what the clip is meant to look like. But I assume it's probably meant to go like that. I would assume. We're going to go by that fact that it is going to go like that. Right, okay. So moving on from here, once you've done all this bind stuff, you open up your joints, which will probably be like this at the time. you open up your joints and you open up your meshes. Then you would take tag clip and drag that with the middle mouse button, grab it up, not so it's like that, so it's like that on the bottom, so you just got one line and drop. Now add it into JGun, so when you move it around now, it'll be attached to JGun. Then you would do the same thing with the meshes. Select both meshes, hold the middle mouse button and drag to, you got a little line and drop. And then all the meshes are attached to this one here. Then these two here, which you've just moved them from, you can delete them, they're no longer used. And now it goes into adding the textures. So from here you go to Window, Rendering Editors, Hypershade. And when this loads, you'll get loads of different textures, which, trust me, you actually do not need. So if you delete all of these textures that come with the gum, and go to Blin, and name it what you would want to, so I'm going to name mine MTL underscore MSMC underscore non underscore upgraded, like that. And then if you select the one that you've just renamed, which is the material, and go to color, sometimes you won't see it, it'll be like this. But if you select it and click on this button here that says show and hide attribute I can't pronounce that, fuck it, but click that and hit the little checkered box and it will bring up a file box here. Hit that, drag this weird little thing out, I don't think you need, but I'm going to anyway, to this side. Name the file one exactly the same as what you've named the other one, so, but just don't put MTL in front of it, so it'll be MSMC and then underscore non upgraded, and the only thing that you do with this one is you put underscore TEX, which is short for texture file. Select the texture file, go into the little same place that you selected the color and hit the little folder button, and then go to model export and go to images and then hit the col, which is the color map, and you'll notice it comes up sort of all crappy and shit, wait a minute, comes up all crappy and like see-through. What you want to do is find the one that says transparency, left click it once and then push delete on the keyboard, and that will take away the transparency for it. Now if you go down, select, well actually I say that, but I don't know if this is a separate, no it doesn't. Okay, so basically when you've got ones like this, it should have a bullet attached to it, so you need to find which one is the bullet. So I would assume it's this one. And the way to find out is to hit in the 4, which is that one. So you would select everything bar that one. So if I select this, 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 and this, that's the whole gun bar the bullet, and we'll show you why in a minute why we don't do the bullet. Right click, assign material to selection. Now of course you can't see it, so if you push 6 now, there's your gun, with all textured and nice. Now of course this side you won't see in game, but that's your gun, nicely and lovely done. Now what you really want to do is add the bullet texture. So if I go into a folder on my desktop, and I've just moved around my desktop, so I'm going to have to remember whereabouts I put it. So I'm going to go into would be probably Black Ops 2. I was going to go into images and type in bullet. You should come up with attach bullet, which is what you need for the bullet. Otherwise, if you apply it with the normal texture, it look crap in game. So when you pull out the mag, you just have like a grey bullet. And bullets aren't grey; they're goldy colour, which hence the reason why with the attach bullet, which we need to find, there we are, attach bullet, which should be this one, attach bullet col for the colour map. Copy that and then go into the MC view, go back one, and actually no, we don't want to go into that one. We want to go into one from World at War, model export, and MC, and then that, and right click and paste that, like that there. So now it's in there. We need to create another hypershade for this. So if we go back into hypershade and go into another blend, you could use Lambert as well, but I always use blend because it's got a little bit more of a shine to it. And then, as you can see, it's getting extremely cluttered with two of them in there. So if you right-click the second blend that you just did and go to Graph Network, it will just give you this one shown. And Shadow HD is just okay. I'll have to look at that in a minute. And if I go to MTL underscore what's it? MSMC underscore bullet, like that. That's a smallish one, and do the same thing that we just did. File, yada yada yada. Right click. MSMC underscore bullet underscore text, like that. Then you would go into same thing, find the attach bullet, which is this one, push OK, and this one hasn't got any thingy, and you would select the one that was the bullet, right click it, apply material to selection. Now in textured view, if you go into joints now and hit tag clip and drag tag clip down but don't move the position of it, and sort of move the position of Maya, which you would hold Alt and left click, and you can move it around very nicely, and Alt and middle mouse button to sort of move it side to side. You can see that it's added a nice texture to the bullet. Okay, so with that done, if you push Control Z, it puts the bullet back in the original, puts the mag back in the original spot. That's why I said don't move the mag around. And with that, you're ready to export the view model, which should go into, yours would be Call of Duty World at War. I'll just rename mine to Athlete.55. But if you go to Model Export, and then go to select the entry one, select Force on Export Selected Joints, hit the three little dots, go back, and go to Weapon SE View, and name it what you wish. So I will name mine MC underscore view, like that, hit set, and then de-expand these so it's just like this here. You select that one and select joint, select both of the groups, go to edit, select hierarchy, and then set exports, select exports, export selected entities, and click yes. And if it does that, it's all successfully done. Now, this is Black Ops 2 models. With a Black Ops model, before you export, you would have to hit, 5, and this is shaded white thanks to Lime, but Black Ops ones don't shade white. So what you would have to do is go to polygons, and there'd be a little folder called color, and if you go down to apply color and the little box on the side, by default it'd be like that. If you push that to the top till it's white and push apply color and OK, just make sure you've got all the things doing before you push color, before you push color, apply color, and it will apply the color for you. So with that done, you would have to do the world model, which I won't do in the video because it's literally the exact same process we have just done. So I'm going to pause the video, do the world model, and then come back. Right, and once the world model is done, there is one thing that I will say with the world model that you could do that's probably better. Is in the hypershade, one that you did, the first one you did, which would be the upgraded texture, is all you need to do for the world model, because you won't see the bullet, so you don't need to add a bullet one in, because when it removes the clip it's not going to sort of land on the ground, so like it does in Black Ops 2. So just doing the texture and exporting it the way you export it will suffice very well. Okay, so with that all done and with that explained, moving on now to exporting the model. Now that you will need launcher for, and asset manager, or ASMAN for short, when it loads. Right, so when you get welcome to this screen in ASMAN, you want to go to File, Save As, and it's not already going to be there because mine's not, but you should go to the Call of Duty root folder and go down to Source Data and add it in here. So I'm going to name mine MSMC and enter, and then scroll down to Material, New Entry, and add the materials that I created in Maya, which would be MTL underscore MSMC underscore non underscore upgraded, like this. Change the thingy to metal, the surface type to metal. Everything else you can keep the same. You can change it to model thong, but I leave mine to default as world thong. Hasn't done anything different. And then you go and find your images. So I would go and go into model export, which is up here. Scroll down to MSMC Alphin and go to images. And then I will and then I will click this one and click open, because that's the color map that we created or added to the gun. PC convert, current asset only, let it do its thing. Now mine will come up with all this, yours won't, because you'll be new to it. If you are new to it and you do get all this stuff come up, it does not matter. As long as you see, I'll show you in a minute, those two things at the bottom, you know it's successfully done. And if you don't believe me, if I do it again, it just come up with these two. See, there you go. Right, okay, so then we add the another new entry, and so this one, calling it MSMC ungraded, we call this one MSMC bullet. And then we add the bullet in, which would obviously be metal as well. And name it, find the bullet, open that, PC convert, current asset only. So this is how easy it is when you do your own ones in Maya, because Treyarch give you 50,000 images and really you only need 2, sometimes 3, depending if the gun has got a separate mesh for the for the iron sights. Sometimes they have a red little glow, which is run by what is it run by? That's also run by a separate mesh, which would be tag bullet and stuff like that. But we're not on doing that with this one anyway. So once you go down, you go to X model, and then you add your 2 X models in. So I named mine MSMC underscore view and MSMC underscore world. Makes it so much easier. You can do this all manually by hand later, and you'll see why I've named in my own names. Then you go back in, and we're on the view one, so you'd go back into your weapon view, and there's your lovely little MSMC view. So you click on that, and then push PC convert, current asset only. Give it a second. This does take a while. Once it goes past all the errors, which aren't errors, they're just duplicates. And then once you get to this bit, ouch! As long as you see this and trials and all that sort of stuff, once you see that, it's good. It works. Never mind about the 1,000 mounds of errors. Doesn't matter if you get that. As long as you see this little bit here, it works. So do that, and also do the same thing with the world. That's not the world. That's the world. SMC world. PC convert, current asset only. And there you go. If you name it MC non-upgraded, the same one as you named the view model, you won't have to add extra textures for the world model. So I will explain quickly while I've got the time. You get loads of things like this. Sometimes they don't have a bind. So the way you would do that, you would open it up in Maya, which I might already have open in Maya. Now I'll do it quickly. I'll show you what you've got to do, just to so no one asks any questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click this, open. This is the world, and you always start with the first one. And I'm going to pretend it hasn't got a bind file. I know it has got a bind file, but we're going to pretend it hasn't got a bind file. Okay, so you're going to sort of expand it, open up the perspective, and I've just opened up totally the wrong one. No, I haven't. Okay, when you get it, you'll have a tag clip and like 2 meshes, which would be that one and that one. The other one's the bullet. Well, no, it's not going to be that one, but you get 2 meshes, or sometimes 1 mesh, depending. And you would select your tag clip first, hold Control and select your mesh for your mag. Go to the animations tabs. By default, it's usually on polygons. Go to, so I'm losing my voice. Go to animations tab, and then there should be something called skin, bind skin, smooth bind. Click that, it will make it go pink. And then you've binded your tag clip to your mesh. And then you can move it around by pushing tag clip W and sort of moving it up and down like we did in the other one with the mesh, with the mag. That's if it doesn't have a bind file. As a bind file, you just drag the bind file on. Simple as. Right, don't need to save it. Right, okay, so we've done the world model, I think. I'm just going to double do it again. Okay, so now you just test it to make sure it looks okay inside of Asset Viewer. So I'll type in MSMC, and then you've got the view, and you sort of go around, look at the gun. Don't worry about this side because you don't see the side in game, it's just the side you want to worry about. And then you would look at this one, and as you can see, they're both world and view. They both look fine. So that's groovy. Now, what you would do, or how I would start doing it, would be, I'm not opening that up. You need a set of view hands from Black Ops or COD 4, doesn't matter which one, as long as you had them. I will do it from fresh by going into Tom's Programs and X Model Utils, if I can find where I put Tom's Programs, there we are, and go into his X Model Utils and load it up, and go into the Black Ops directory. Open this up. And I don't even know what one it is in. If it is in Black Ops 1, yes, wins. Right, so let's type in HAZ, H-A-Z, and there should be something in here, hazmat arms. There we go, there do. The only set of arms that I know, it doesn't really matter what arms, as long as you've got a set of arms. You sport the MA, create the GTT. Okay. Once you've done that, you open it up in, if I go on, no, that's the wrong one. Bollocks. There we are. Go into model export, and they should be at the top, but they're not because I've already got hazmat arms somewhere in here. So I've got to find them. Okay, I've got so much stuff in here, it's unreal. Okay, so let's see what it's called. Oh wow, really? Okay, maybe not. Let's not see what it's called then. Let me just pause this until I find them. Okay, to save hours of time, I decided to pick another set of hands. Right, so what you want to do is open up the set of hands that you've picked. It can be from COD 4, yeah, any set of hands really from COD 4 or Black Ops. And what you want to do is drag the bind file on like that, and give it a second because it takes a while, because it's binding a lot of joints to a lot of meshes. So if you give it a second, it will Maya will respond again. Anytime soon, Maya, you know. I've got all day. Come on. Okay, so I did stop it then because it took a while to bind, so I don't want to waste too much time. Now, you'll know it's binded if you click on any joint and it makes it go pink. It does take a while to bind, so if you've got a file, save scene as, and I'm going to go into MCLC Elf and I'm going to name it so I'm just going to name it Binded Hands and save it. That is now the saved version of the Binded Hands, so we're going to close that down. That is what we're going to use to do our tanims. So go back to your thingy. This is only if you're doing Black Ops guns. If you're doing Black Ops 2 guns, sorry, if you're doing just wanting to look at the textures and the models, then that's it. Sort of stop now, and but this is now going on to the Black Ops 2 TNM part. So if I put this in big screen, right, okay, we now have a thing with textures, yay, and now we need to import our hands. So if we import model export and then go to take it out, then go to MA or MB, there you go, we got hands here, so we go to import. Yay! Now you need another program by Tom, which I will leave in the description. He's joined weapon to rig tool, so if you hit that, it will join the weapon to the rig, which is actually your base pose, which is before you start loading in anims and stuff like that. So what you want to do is create a camera at this perspective side. So camera, create camera, and in the camera perspective, if you hit the Substitutes and editor one. Oh no, don't do that. Hit, yeah, hit the end one, which is called, I don't know. It's the one with the, yeah, where we are. Channel box / layer, which is the end one underneath the recycle bin or underneath the bin. And you want to do some editing to the camera that you've just added. So you want to go on the rotate 0 to 90. It would help if I had numlock on. 90. C is -90, and the focal length is 20. Right, okay, so with all that done, you now will save this as a bind. So save scene as, go back into your model export, MCL Alphen, and we're going to name this one the bind. So we're going to name it the base. So MSMC_base, because before you add any animations, this will be your starting pose. So with the starting pose done, we're going to now start adding MSMC anims. So we go to T-anim, and we've got all these lovely ones here. So what you want to do is find idle, ADS up and ADS down and all that sort of random stuff. Just don't go for the grips. D2P, they are literally useless because that's dive to prone. You get some like other ones which I want to import, but most of the ones that you want haven't got a prefix of grip or anything like that, or GL. They're just literally normal MCMC. So we're going to go to the idle, import, and there you go, it's imported the idle. So if you go to panel, perspective, camera, that's what your idle will look like. These are official anims, so like there is no problems, and this camera will be fine the way it is. If I now go out of this perspective, I don't know quite why the thinger goes into that, but oh well, doesn't really matter because they are the official the official hand positions for the idle. Ask me why I try to do it. Right, now it comes to exporting it. Now it's quite easy to do the oh crap, it's quite easy. Where is it? There we are. Okay, so with the exporting of official tanims, credits to Echo 000 for this method. There is a method to get the ADS working, official ADS working, which is the method I want to go through. So let's get started. So with this added in, you want to change, right click, save scene as, and you want to change this to MSMC underscore idle. Save it so it doesn't overwrite your base file, and then go into Call of Duty World at War. Yours will be Call of Duty World at War, and then go to Animation Explorer, add new entry, select entry 1, and then this here where it says start and end, it's pretty self-explanatory. Starts at 0, ends at 2. So you will put end 2. Now I suggest putting the names of them in the xanim export folder, which would be not here. It would be here, xanim export, and you want to name it whatever the hell you do wish. So idle, like so. Once you've done that, you want to select torso down to cambone, whatever the fuck that's called. Edit, select hierarchy, like so, and select exports, and you won't let you click select exports, but it'll be alright. Go to export selected entities and click yes. That's that one done. Now what you will do, before you do anything else, you go to model export. I know you've already added a model, but there needs to be an animation model to follow by. So you go to force on exported joints, same as you did before. Name it what you wish. So I want to go back down to model export, go back down to MSMC Alphin, and name it in here. That'll be MSMC animated model. Push enter on that, and what you need to do now is select everything, select hierarchy, and then one mesh, because you can't export a model without a mesh. So the armor do, and then select exports, set exports, export selected entities, and yes. And that's your model export done. You do that only with the idle and the two ADSs, which I'm going to show in a second. So we're going to close out of this now, and close out of this, save it, and okay, that's not needed anymore. That one's not needed. So if I go back into here, let's shut everything down and start fresh, shall we? Okay, right, so when I say start fresh, so I'll be able to do certain things certain times a lot easy. Right, okay, so as you can see now, it's done our idle and our model export, and our animation export is in the animation export. So if I go to base, click base now, and this will now start me for the next one, which would be ADS up. And you click ADS up in, and yeah, you can get rid of that, doesn't need it. And yes, sometimes it loads white, like so. So you just have to go down over to the perspective / outliner, click that box, and it'll bring it all back. So now if I go into, what's it, file, import, model export, and go down to, I don't know why I just did that. CFC, Alphin, tanims, and then go down, is it near the, no it's not, it's at the top, this one, isn't it? Yeah, your MSMC ADS up, down, and fire. These are the ones we need to do next. So we're going to go into, what's it, yeah, idle, ADS up, and this one has a longer, obviously longer ADS and stuff like so. So then you will go from here, this one's only slightly different. You would still go through the same process of saving and use that with every single one. So you go back, find model export, MSC Elfin, and then back into here you would name this one MSMC ADS up, like that. And then you would go around to export. This one is slightly different. You would go to Animation Explorer from 0 to 17. This one is where it starts and ends. Entry 1, obviously, and you sort of go into your directory, go down to XNM export, and there's your idle. And then you've got up, like that. Okay, so now what you would do when that's done, you select tag torso and tag view only for the ADS, tag torso and tag view. Set exports, select exports, export selected entities, yes. Okay, so that's that done. Then you would close out of this because you don't need it anymore, and then you go into the model export and you do an animation model for both ADS up and ADS down, but you only do that when you load it up. So this one's going to be ADS up, and then when I load the down one, we would do ADS down. And we're now going to set a export model, which we're going to always put in export an MSMC Elfin and MSMC ADS up, and set that like so. And then we do the same thing with everything. Select everything, select hierarchy, like so. One mesh. Set exports, select exports, export entities, yes. It's done. The next one we do is ADS down. So we open up the base again. This export is extremely very self-explanatory. You just do this with every single one, but I like to go through it all and like do it that way. So if I go into that, then file, import, then we want down, so we're going to import that in, which will now put it back to normal. So what we're going to do now is do the same procedure. We're going to right click, save scene as, go back, MSMC ADS down, like so, and then open all these up, and go to Animation Explorer, add new entry, entry 1, and then 0 to 18 again. So type in 18, dot 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 dot, and we're now going to go back one, go down to, oh, back one again, go down to XNM export, MSMC ADS down, then tag torso, tag view, select exports, export selected entities, yes. Done with that now, and now you just do the model export for this. So add new entry, entry 1, set the joints. Gonna have to sort that out in a second, I think. otherwise I get confused. Model export. MSMC underscore. Down. Select everything. Edit. Select hierarchy. Oh, NMesh. Set export, select exports, export entities. Yes. Okay, that's your ADS and all that done. I'm just going to go back on myself really quickly because what's it? Animation Explorer. Because I didn't name it. Well, I did name it. It doesn't really matter, but I end up. There's a reason why I name everything something that I would remember, because there's a reason I do this. It's because when you get round to doing this, you have to add your own prefixes into. Not your own prefixes. You got to add like the idle and all that sort of stuff into a gun file, so it's easier to know exactly what you named the files than using tracks thingies. You have to go through and copy and paste. It's just annoying. Okay, so now we move on to the most straightforward part, which is literally just doing the anims the way they were without the animated models, because we already did the idle animation module, which is what it's going to use for everything else. So let's get started. Right, so we've done that. Let's import the ADS file now. MSMC, tanims, ADS file, import, and this one is just literally sort of yay, already done. If I go into panels, perspective, camera 1, when it's played, it's sort of when you fire it and you're looking down the sight sort of thing. So now if I save this, save scene as, model export, and MSMC, oops, MSMC, what was it, ADS fire. Okay, so now we go through and do the same shit over again. Animation Explorer, add new entry, entry 1, 0 to 5, 0 to 5, add entry, back 1, back 1, Xenom export, fire, right, okay, there we go. So we've done the free, ADS up, ADS down, idle, yep. So we're gonna go back to cancel that, because it should already be, yep. Okay, so we've got 1 to 5, then we go to torso, down to cambines, edit, select hierarchy, yada yada yada, same shit. There we go, that's that done. Then we would close out of this, close this one down, saving to ADS file, go back to ADS base, and repeat this whole process over again with a different anim. As you can see, this is the very sort of standard procedure each time, but I like I said, I like to do it over and over and sort of show people each anim is the same and how to do it all. So don't know what I just did that. File, import, model export, SMC, tanims. So we now got to go down to above idle. So we've got are they the ones? Yep. Pull out quick, pull away. Okay. Right, so the pull out, if I go into this perspective camera view, looks like this. And the put away is more or less exactly the same, but the opposite, sort of reversed. Okay, so what this one is save scene as and then we're going to name it MSMC. What was it again? Pull out. Save it. File. Animation Explorer. Add new entry. Entry 1. 0 to 25. MSMC underscore. Whoops, wrong one. XNM export. What was it again? Pull out. Okay, so we've got that. So now we select these and this and then edit, select hierarchy. By the time you finish this video, I can guarantee you straight away you'll be handed, or so if you've got these files, you'll be able to just go straight through it and know exactly what you're doing. Okay, pull out, yes, we're done. Okay, so close out of this one now. Save. Now I'm not going to do the quicks because they're not massively needed, because the quicks I assume are exactly the same as the normal ones. I will load it up to just double check, but I think they are the same. If they're the same frames, then I'm not doing it. If they're not the same frames and they are actually quicker, then I will actually do it. File, import. Because sometimes they put the quicks and they're exactly the same. I can't see why they do it. But pull out quick. Let's have a look. See, it's 25 and it's exactly the same as before. Literally exactly the flicking same. So I don't see, Treyarch, why you did that. You just made more work for yourself. Yeah, exactly more work for yourself. So you're not even going to be done. The quicks are not going to be done, because you can use exactly the same anims as the other ones. Alright. Okay. And doing that isn't going to destroy the gun in any way, shape or form, just to let you know. So we've got joints, tag view. Let's go down to file, import, SMC, tanims. Go down to here and put away, which is exactly the same as the other one. So if you look in the, look on the camera, go back to 1. Like that, yeah. So now we're going to do this one. So file, import, non-import, file, save scene as, MSMC, MSMC, put away, save. Then go to Animation Explorer, add new entry, entry 1, 0 to 14, 0 to 14, then back to, down, Okay, from tack torso to tack cambine. Okay, so that's done, so we're now going to save that. Base the other ones. Like so, get rid of that. Okay, so joint that, joint that. Okay, so now we're going to go into the next one, which I'm not sure what is yet until I open it up. Let's have a look. Just have a look what they do actually have. Put away. Okay, so we've got to pull away, ADS up, ADS down. We haven't got many left to do. It's just reload, reload empty, and sprints. So we import the reload, and we can actually look perspective view, and if I change the view to what's it, 24, which is real time, and save and play it. There you go. So that is the reload. So now if I go into Animation Explorer, add new entry, entry 1, 0 to 82. 2. Don't know why I'm doing that. Reload, set that, and I'm going to save this now because I forget. Save scene as. The last thing I want to do is get to the exportation and figure MSMC underscore reload. Oh, yeah, reload. Oh, yeah. 022, and then tack torso to tack combine, yada yada yada. Okay, and that is done nicely there. So close that down, exit out of that, save. Now we do the reload empty. Gets quicker towards the end because you know what you're doing. So close that down, put that up. Okay, so we've got file, import. Reload empty. There you go. Oh, actually, no, probably better to view that in camera, won't it? Okay, so that's that done. Right. Now what you do, you go into Animation Explorer again, add the entries. So 0 to, what the fuck is it? Jesus, Mary and Joseph Treyarch. 1 to 99. 99, or 0 to 99 even, and then go boom, dilly bum bum, bum bum, and MSMs. Oh, I've just gone into TNMs. That's why. Almost. reload empty. Okay, so and we're going to go into torso to tag, tag torso to tag combine, and then from there select hierarchy, yada yada yada, set export, select export. Almost did that. Oh, cancel export. See, you've always got to pay attention to saving it, which I always seem to forget to do. Well, I haven't actually for this one, but almost did then. MSMC underscore reload empty. And now let's just go to select hierarchy again just to make sure. Hierarchy, yeah. That's new, I've never seen it do that before. Okay, I'm hoping that worked. Should have. Okay, so exit out of that. Okay, so close out of this now. Save it. And then go back to base. And it's the sprint in, sprint out, which I'm actually going to pause because we're at 56 minutes, no, 56 minutes. Okay, once you've done the sounds, which not the sounds, once you've done the sprints, which I've just done, which you haven't missed anything, it was exactly the same process, it's just to save a little bit of time that I paused it. You've got to do the weapon file. Now, I find this way the easiest. Some people find editing the actual file the easiest. I find this way the easiest because, well, I just do. It's the way I was taught. So, hey, you need to go to File, Open, if you want to do it exactly the same way I do. Go down to Model Export, not Model Export, go down to MS, oh my god, look at that, Source Data even, and then find Weapon Settings, should be near the bottom. Weapon Settings, that's not the one I want now. Actually, it'll probably be at the top, won't it? So it's like, yeah, Weapon Settings dot GTT. Open that, and it'll give you all the weapons. Well, this will actually be full of World at War weapons for you, but I've done quite a few guns. And you find the one that best suits the MSNC. So I'm going to go for probably the Thompson for this one, I think. So you copy the entry and you name it to what you want. So I'm naming it to MSMC, changing this from G11 to MSMC, and that just gives it a bit of a colour. Right, okay, so once you've done that, you scroll down, change these to and the reason you do that is because if you're holding the Thompson and you're holding another gun, it will have the same ammo clip name, so it'll automatically add that in. So I want to do this to 250 and 250 with a 30 clip size. I think that's fair enough. And then you can change the min damage and the max damage. So I change the min to 1000, actually no, min to 500 and max to 1000. Whoops. Which, trust me, I know is a lot, but that's life. And you can change all the fire, reload sounds, not reload sounds, reload start, reload add, and all that crappy bollocks. Right. When you get here, this is the reason I named mine differently. If I type in here MSMC underscore few, oops, and MSMC underscore world, that is what we named it in Maya and exported it in, so you don't have to go back and find out what the X model's called and stuff like that. Now, these are different, and the reason they're different is because I've kind of messed around with the main file, which you shouldn't do, and I forgot to rename it, so that's why we are going to name this the stuff that we've created. So it's and the reason it's that simple because actually, did that have a fire? Because I don't think I did a fire. I did an ADS fire, but I didn't do a fire, which won't take a couple of seconds if it hasn't. I'm pretty sure it has a fire, that's why I'm doing the fire, because the fire is the most important, surprisingly. If you don't have a fire, it's going to look pretty stupid. So, file, import, model export, MSMC, tanims, ADS fire. There you go, see it's hidden fire. Okay, so we're just going to quickly do this one. So you always end up forgetting something, or I always end up forgetting something. Don't know why I just did that. Right, okay. Okay, so that's that done. Right, so now we can add that in. And then the last shot is never mind about the knife, that stays. This is why it's important to name to a name that you know. And I have done this one. I haven't done this one either. But I will do that in a minute. I'll just do. This is why I literally whoops. Wish tab would work on this. Right, okay, so that's all done, but still got to do the sounds, which I'm going to do quickly. But there's a reason why I haven't exported this the way I have yet, and stuff like that. And there is a very good reason for that. Is because I haven't added the stuff in yet, like the important stuff in ASMan. You've got to add all these into ASMan as well. Okay, right, so down here you want to remove all this stuff, and I'm already knowing what I'm going to name it. It's not named yet, but this is for the sounds. Now you've always got to put a space, even though they're exactly the same, you've got to put a space, because it reads from the right to the left. So whatever you do, you've got to put a space. Actually, might want to prefix it with its name. Otherwise, we'll have some problems. You really don't want that now. Okay, wait a minute. Whoops. Right, that's the sounds working. I leave the knives in because the knife sounds are perfectly okay. And I'm just going to name these ones. Now hopefully you can guess what this means. First and third, which is the third person view, and the first person view and the third person view. So what you hear when you're next to the player and what you hear when you're first person. Obviously the first is first person, third is third person. Right, okay, so now we've done all that out the way, I'm going to now add them. Oops, add them. What the fuck? File. Open. MSMC. Okay, so now we're going to add in the XNM. So we're going to go down to XNM. New entry. And this is where you just literally go through and add all your entries. I'm going to add them all first. So it won't take long to do. So I'm just going to add them all in first. So it's a lot simpler that way. We've done idle, up, down, fire, pull out, put away, reload, reload, reload empty, first raise. ADS fire. In okay, so that's all the ones I think I've done. There, I just need to go back and quickly do the first raise, and we'll be away and ready, because I can't miss out the first raise. I would love to be able to, but it will fuck up in game, so I don't want it to look fucked up in game. Okay, so right, if we now go to first raise. Okay, I've got to do quick, but I don't want to do too quick, or otherwise I'll end up fucking it up, which I don't want to do. But tanims. Now I've just got to find first raise. First raise, what underneath fire? Why did I not notice that? The first raise is just basically when it starts, does its little pull down and then sort of selects the gun. Okay, so animation explorer, add new entry. Entry 1, 0 to, is that 37? Yeah. 0 to 37. Alright. Add new entry. Back. And then. Oops. Whoops. Sign and export. There we go. Right. Okay. We've got thunder outside. That's just great. I fucking hate thunder. Right. Okay. So we're going to file, save that. There we go. Right. Now, what we did earlier. So we're going to start with idle, and you're going to have. This is the only one that's going to be looping, and you're going to have it to relative. Anything here is going to be relative. XLM file, model file. Now, XLM file is obviously the one that we've just created, so we're going to go down to idle, which is there. Select that, and then select the model file, which would be in here, and it would be animated model. And then PC convert, current asset only. It will do all this shit, like it always does. There you go, but as long as you've got this little bit at the bottom, it works. It's worked. Then I'm going to do the ADS up and ADS down, because the reason, yeah, ADS up, and then take off use bones, go to relative, and then this is the one that, this is the part where you use the models, like the ADS up and ADS down model, for what's it? ADS up and ADS down are the two model files you created. Where's down? It's at the bottom, in it. Idle ADS up, down, like that. Get rid of that. Put that on. Add the model file for down. Right, now it gets easy, because now what we do, we go through and we ADS fire, and we go through just in selecting the MC animated model, which is just the ADS, and that you needed to do for. So we want, I should have really done this in order, but oh well. Fire, animated model, relative, get rid of the using bones, yep, then first phase, which will probably be at the top, yep. Usually I go through and I check which each one is and stuff like that, but I didn't get round to doing it this time, so I was extremely lazy. Done idle, pull out, pull out, XLM file, and what this conversion does is converts the XNM exports that we just created into official World at War anims. That's reads and fits. So yeah, so this will be relative. Yep, current asset only. Pull away. Pull away. Animated model. Go to that, go to that. Okay, reload. Let's reload empty. Where's reload? Reload. Oh yeah. Reload. It doesn't take too long when you think of it. Once you've got all the stuff, yes, it took me an hour. But, well, an hour and 18 minutes, but it's definitely worth watching and just sort of skip the bits that you already know, kind of thing. I've done more or less absolutely perfect. I'm also going to do the sounds. Sprinting. Well, that's something we need to add in as well. Sprinting. Our funder needs to fuck off. Sprinting, animated model, relative. Okay, sprint loop. Actually, like, this one's got looping, obviously, because it's got loop in the name. You wouldn't think that, would you? But gotta be careful and pick another one. Sprinting, sprint loop. That is. Whoops. I think I named that differently. No, I didn't. Okay, that's weird. Me having a dirt moment there. Right. Okay, open that. Relative, PC convert, can't asset only. And sprint out. Sprint out. Okay, and what I usually like to do is go through them all and make sure they're all the right. Make sure everything's rightly selected. Yep, okay. So once all that's done and it's all converted, that's that out the way. Now you just now got to go in and like sort of go and find where I put the MSMC. Which is not this one, that's probably why. It's this one, there we go. MSMC. And I've got to go in and add the sprint in, so I wish that fucking tab would work. Okay, so we've got all that working. We've added our sound things, even though we haven't done our sound things yet. I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. And then you go PC convert current asset only. Once all that's done, it would give you all these errors like it does on me, and then it should export the gun without any problems. There you go, MSMC, it's done. So what you would do now is I'm going to do it without the sounds, and I'll show you how to add the sounds. You need to add this into your thingy. Like this SP thing, you need to add it in. So I'm going to add it at the bottom actually, wherever everywhere else is, or otherwise I'm going to get confused. Okay, fuck me, I've done so much shit. Right. Okay, so we've got there you go, MSMC, and then we've got all that out of the way, so we're going to go now back into I'll actually open another one of these. Go to your raw, raw weapons, SP, MSMC, copy that, then go to mods, your map name, weapons, SP, and plonk it in there, like that. Now you need to do the images as well, so go to raw, go to images, and just the two top ones because we made it easier for ourselves. Call of Duty World at War, mods, lead, images, and paste the images into here. Get rid of the bullet. Yeah, the bullet's named the same, so it doesn't really matter. We do that, go through and find the image. That. Go all the way down to the bottom. That's not it. That's it. Like that. Clear console, build mod, and I'll pause this for the duration because it takes a while. Okay, once you've done that, you load your map. And load into the game. There is the gun. Of course, running animations aren't working properly yet. Right in a minute. Just okay. It's meant to be fully auto. For some reason, it's not, but I will sort that out. And there you go. Now it's just adding in the sounds, which I will do right now with you. Okay, and now it is to do the sounds. So there is a program, but I will release it at some stage. It's not mine. It's it allows you to get all the Black Ops 2 sounds. and I've renamed these myself. They're not actually, they weren't actually originally named MCF, Fire, Paul, and Maggot, and they're not the official ones because I can't seem to find them anywhere. But they're near enough close. The Fire is definitely the same, but I can't find the official reloads. I don't know what Treyarch uses. They overuse the guns, like use totally different reloads, and they take them from other guns. But moving on, so from there you would go to World at War, Raw. If I can find Raw, I'll say that. Oh, there we are. Raw, sound analysis. Now, 9 times out of 10 you haven't got one, so you would find one anywhere. And I've got Black Ops 2 gun sound, so I'm going to use this. But actually, no, I'm not. I won't use that one. I'll use Black Ops 2 sounds because it's a Black Ops 2 sound. And I will just copy the top one here. And then okay, so I haven't added the sounds in yet, but I've obviously made sounds for it earlier. So this is, why does it keep doing that? Okay, oh, stop doing that. Right, okay, so this is the I got to go, so I was going to save that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Tom's back into this time the Xanim Explorer, and I do have these on my YouTube channel. All the ones that I needed are in a thing called Tom's programs, because at the moment his site is down. So I did upload them ages ago. When his site got down, he took all his downloads off. So I uploaded them, and I never did remove them, and it's a good thing that I didn't. So what I'm going to do is go into Tom's Xanim Explorer, and the anims that we created need to be note tracked, so the sounds know when to play. That sounds a big handful, but trust me, it's not. So what you want to do, you want to go to your Raw, your World at War, Raw, Xanim folder, and you've got all the ones that you've just created here. And you want to find reload, reload empty, and first raise. So you want to take that one, and that one, and then drag them onto Tom's program. Make sure that's not selected when you do so. And what you want to do, you want to go to, I'm going to go to reload empty first, and you want to go to the file that you created, which would be this one. You want to go to your reload empty, which is corresponding to the anim you're clicking. Give me a second, I'm just going to load it up. Right, and what you do with this, it's quite simple. You scroll through the frames. If I go into camera 1, if you scroll through the frames, that bit there, he pulls the mag out at 16. So you would go in, click on this, and you would go to add note track. You would call it what you would want to call it. Out like that, and you would select the frame, which is 16 on here. So I'd go down to 16, select that, and push add. That now adds the mag out. And then I would scroll through until when he puts the mag in, which would be there. So that's 67. So I'd now go add note track. Wade underscore MSMC underscore mag underscore in. Select the frame, which would be 67. 67, and push add. So that's mag in, mag out. Then you would keep scrolling through until you pulls the, so it'd be there more or less. So that's 84. So add note track, and that'd be I want to call it pull. You can call it whatever you wish, chamber, rechamber, whatever. 84, so as long as it's something you remember, and you go down to 84, click on that, and then add. So that's your note tracks added for the reload empty. Then take note of the, what's it, out and in, 16 and 67, because I want to now go onto here, go to add note track, and then that was 16, I do believe, and then push add, which I'm just doing a double check. Yep, 16, which is mag. Oh shit, that's mag out. It should be edit mag out, save. There you go. So that's mag out, and then the mag in is at 67. So note track in, and that's at 67, and then we would add that. So that's that added. Those two are now added, the reload and then the reload empty. And now we need to do the first raise, but to do the first raise we actually need to open the first raise, because the first raise is obviously different to the reload and reload out. So we open up the first raise and sort of go up to the top, click on that, and then we sort of play it. Actually, let's go into camera 1. There we go. So that's 21. So we'd go into 21 and add note track often read underscore msmc underscore pull, and then I'm going to go to 21 because that's what it is, and we're going to click add. There we go. And then what you do now, you've done all that, so you're going to close that down, and now you're going to save them. Which save selected, no, save selected, no, save selected, no. Now once you've done that, you add the note tracks in, which should be in the CSV file. So we go into here, and obviously we named the PDW is not PDW, sorry, fire as. You don't have to. Yeah, you do actually. Got first. I'm just going to leave the third there. There you got third. Now, weapons. We're now talking the sound files. So to do the sound files is slightly different. You got weapons, which is already in the sound file. So if I go into, well, if I go here and copy all this, and I'll show you what I mean. So if I go now to, if I go here, go to C, focal files, and go to my map name, mods, map name, sound. I go into weapons, which is what that's indicating, is in weapons. So when you're in the sound file, if you create a folder called weapons, or whatever you want to call it, and inside the weapons file you make a folder called new folder, and create an MSMC, and you put your files inside that. Just remember the names of them, and you go back into here and you type in MSMC, and I'm just going to copy and paste this on all of them because it's gonna, right, never mind about the PAP, because at the moment there's not a PAP for it because I haven't done an upgraded version. Right, MSMC. Yep. Now obviously what I've done is I've named it, so I'll go through here and change on all of these as well, which I'm going to do. Because obviously, what I created the name alphanlead underscore MSMC pull and all that sort of stuff. So I created that so those names will correspond with the mag in, mag out pull, which we just did in Tom's program here. So that there has to correspond with these, and same with the names have to correspond with the names. Now, with the names, I named MSMC fire, MSC mag in, which I did this purposely because what's it? I could just go down and change, because I'm lazy. I can go back. Oh, fuck off! I can go back and change the name here, so I don't have to do a lot of work. So I can make this quick, like that. See, they're all MSMC, and same with the fire. So with all the names and the weapons files changed, like, oh my god, I wish I stopped doing that. Like that, you will now save this. You've added sounds into your Nancy Zombie name, sound, weapons, MSMC. And then what you would do is go into launcher, go into your map name, clear the console, sort of select your mod again, and go down to sounds, which is here, and there's your sounds. You just select your sounds, clear your console, build your mod, which I will pause and come back. Okay, once you've done that and it's exported and everything's worked nicely, you go to your raw, open up your map, and test your gun. And with that, everything should be working perfectly fine. I'm hoping you can hear the sounds on this. No, I feel pretty fucking stupid. But
No, Daddy! No! No!
and that was just done purely because, I don't know, it just seemed funny. The no daddy, no no thing. From some out the sounds. Give MFMC. Now, this should work. Once everything stops making so much noise, I'll do it. You gonna stop now? Good. Okay, that seems okay. The fire sound doesn't work, which I'm gonna have to sort out. But which I'll sort out in a second. But the reload sound does, so we're going to sort that out now with the fire sound. Obviously it's something I've added wrong in the CSV, or... oh, I named it alphanlead. That's probably what it was. So, if I... actually, I'm going to tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to cheat, because I don't want to add the alphanlead prefix in front of that. So what I'm going to do is do this, and then redo it like that. See, and then go to Pisigafert, current asset only. See, I told you it's something very silly. You just got to remember what you name things, otherwise they will cause little errors like that. That's what I usually do everything at the time. So now if I go into raw, weapons, SP, right click, edit as notepad. This is also how you're going to fix the sprints. So if I push Control F on here and type in sprint OFS, okay? Just type that in and push first find next. It will find something, and what you do, all the things here, you turn to 0. These are Treyarch's sprint offsets for guns. So you will just go through and change everything up to sprint scale to 0, and you'll see where that is in a minute. Sprint Bob Y, I think, is the last one. Oh no, it's Sprint Bob Phi is the last one. There you go. And then as soon as you get to sprint scale, leave that the way it is. Save it, and then sort of exit out of that. That's the only thing that you need to change inside the weapon file. So if you copy that, go to Call of Duty World at War, mods, Alpha and Lead, and weapons, SP, and sort of just copy and paste it in here. Paste, replace the other one, and then we're gonna now convert again, or build mods. Once you've built your mods again, you will do that and this, and hopefully now, without any issues, it should work. I should hope so, for an hour and 40 bloody 1 minutes. I do apologise for the very long ass tutorial, but I hope you do enjoy, and if you do want to do this, you probably will watch it. Give MSMC. Okay, so there you go, there's the reload, the official sprint anim. And as you can hear, it does work. For some reason, I'm going to quickly pause this and change it from free burst round to fully burst. Okay, once that's done, I'm going to go into the game now. And it should be fully auto and should be fully working, and you should be able to see it. And that is how you port a Black Ops 2 gun with official tanims. I knew it was going to do that. Yes, go away, no one cares. But I hope you enjoy. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and basically thank you very much. Don't know why I almost put that.
I hate you for hurting nothing.
Sense me their soul.
Please comment, rate, subscribe. Thank you very much.